All right, here we are. Welcome back to Xaybeast Live. Oh my goodness, it has been forever since I've done a Xaybeast Live show, but I am happy to be back. I had some major problems with my MacBook, so I am so sorry because originally I posted on social media that this was going to be at 11, and then my Mac just the disk was overflowed. There were viruses everywhere, built up from 2 years, of things like that. So I just had to completely wipe the device, which deleted a bunch of stuff, some stuff that I didn't necessarily want to get deleted, but it's not stuff that I can't get back, there were images that I wanted to use for thumbnails that I didn't want to delete, but I can just go on the internet and get those images anytime I want. So but yeah, this is the official episode 9 of Xaybeast Live, and I have a question for you guys, because this is a new setup. I have been using StreamYard. I've used StreamYard before, but I have a new microphone, and I want you guys to tell me, how does this microphone sound? Please let me know how it sounds, and let me know, does it get louder when I get closer to it? Is this louder than this? That's what I want to know. Let me know that, and also just tell me if the audio is crisp enough, things like that. 1 second. So yeah. It sounds great. Great. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so if you are a newer viewer and you have never tuned into it, okay, well, first of all, I want to apologize. I haven't done a Xaybeast live show in a very, very, very long time. Who am I getting text from? I do not recognize that number. Anyway, I haven't done a Xaybeast live in an extremely long time. If you don't know what it is, well, it's basically just my YouTube channel, but in a live stream, gonna talk about movies, movie news. You guys get to ask me a ton of questions. I will answer anything. If you ask me something, I will answer it, with limitations, of course. But yeah, so I do have a plan. I have a paper with things written down with the most recent movie news that I really want to talk about. It's me. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Oh, crap. Caps lock is still on. All right, so I'm going to say we just get right into it because I don't like wasting time, and I know you guys don't want to get bored. Oh, yeah. My lights, by the way. I have them on a consistently changing thing. I can connect them to the app on my phone. Let's go ahead and switch that on there. See? They're off. Now they're on. What color do you guys want? Let me know. Let's keep it blue right now. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, what oh, wait, we already have some questions, all right. What embarrasses you the most, and or what's been your most embarrassing moment, Xavier? Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot here, but I did say I would answer anything. All right, what embarrasses me the most? Okay, well, I'm going to answer that first. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that this has happened to me, but if I had to think of what would embarrass me the most, I would say... Oh, that's a tough one. Ah, you're actually making me think here. Dang it. Okay, let's see. What would embarrass me the most? Honestly, probably being naked in public. There you go. Not that I have anything to be ashamed of. That's all I'm going to say. But it would still be embarrassing because there's going to be people who, Anyway, and then what's been my most embarrassing moment ever? My most embarrassing... Oh, my God. Yeah, okay. I have an extremely, vivid answer for this. It was in 8th grade. We were in class, and the teacher was letting us listen to music while we worked on this assignment. And I didn't really want to listen to music, but my friend in front of me, she did. And but she didn't have her headphones, so I let her use my Bluetooth headphones. I connected them to my phone, and she compiled her own playlist on there, and she was just playing that. And then the Bluetooth headphones died, but she didn't tell me that in enough time because I was just talking with her. And then right when I hit play is apparently when they died. So I hit play, and my phone was at full volume, and the song Champion by Carrie Underwood and starts blaring at full volume. The entire class hears it. And even worse, it was at a time it was at the moment in the song where she's just screaming like, ah! Oh my god. Looking back on it now, it was hilarious, but oh my god, that was so embarrassing. All right, oh crap. All right, Wesley asks, have you heard about the new live-action Buzz Lightyear movie coming out? It's weird. I have heard of the new live-action Buzz Lightyear movie. I didn't write it on the movie news sheet right here because I only wrote down the movie news that I thought you guys would actually care about. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to be like dismissive to artists, you know, because filmmakers are artists. I don't want to be dismissive, but like that just seems like an odd choice. Like a Buzz like anyway. Is cereal soup? No, cereal is not soup. For soup to be soup, it would have to contain broth, and milk does not count as broth because it does not have the correct supplements to be classified as broth. So no, cereal is not soup. All right, let's extremely off topic. Let's get into the movie stuff here. All right. First bit of movie news, Chris Evans is rumored to be returning as Captain America in 2 more MCU projects. Now, if you have not seen Endgame, about to spoil Endgame for you, all right? If you haven't seen Endgame, where the frick have you been? Anyway, about to spoil Endgame. The reason this doesn't seem like it would work is because Captain America is he's not with us. He's not exactly with us anymore. So these 2 more projects, they either have to be prequels, which technically we've already gotten that. So I don't know what they're talking about. And Chris Evans actually said on Twitter that it was news to him as well. So maybe Marvel should be a little bit more straightforward with what they're working on. How do I like my eggs? Over hard. What's invisible but you wish people could see? What's invisible but I wish people could see? Is there an answer? Or are you asking me to like... Probably my perspective, I guess. Because I've noticed, because my perspective is so strange, because I've gone back and forth between 2 different sides of the family so many times throughout my life. One side is much more liberal and one side is much more conservative. So I've gotten just a combination of all perspectives. And so my perspective is just like whack. Like I don't... But in the long run, it is beneficial because I'm extremely open and accepting to all ideas now as a result of that. But people have a hard time understanding that when I try to explain it to them. So I just wish I could just like give them that perspective, and they'd finally understand. I wouldn't have to explain anything. He died, Captain America. He didn't die, but he was extremely old at the end of Endgame, and we'll just say he didn't have much time left. What is your take on Family Guy? I have never watched Family Guy. I do not watch Family Guy. I will never watch Family Guy. I don't have anything against Family Guy, but I don't know what it is. The adult humor cartoon, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy adult humor, but like, I don't know, like what I've seen of Family Guy. I mean, I know I was just saying I don't want to be dismissive towards artists, and I've watched Beavis and Butthead and The Simpsons, and I haven't watched BoJack Horseman yet, but I really want to check that out. Actually, you know what? I won't say I'll never watch Family Guy, but I can't really give you my take on it. Okay. Oh, sorry. Anyway, what was I just about? Yeah, so since I've never watched Family Guy, but I will check it out at some point, I guess, because it's just such a cultural phenomenon. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Yes. All right. Next bit of movie news. Mortal Kombat, the new live-action Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out this year is going to be focusing on the Scorpion and Sub-Zero rivalry. Now, I'm not like a Mortal Kombat buff. Like, I've played Mortal Kombat. I enjoy it. I actually kind of love the new, like, Capcom games where you can play, you know, as Mortal Kombat characters. The first Mortal Kombat film, the original, the first one, I enjoy it. It's definitely a guilty pleasure, though. Like, I know it's not that good, but I still have a ton of fun watching it. And then the second one, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, is just absolute garbage dumpster fire crap. But I am excited for the new Mortal Kombat film. I feel like if they do grasp like the soul of Mortal Kombat with it, like what the games make you feel, it could be really good. But video games do have a history of being really bad, so there is that. Oh, and yeah, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, that's like two of the biggest, most popular characters in the MK universe. So that should be cool if they execute it well. How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza? Don't do it. It's a sin against humanity. Like that's disgraceful. Don't put pineapple on pizza. That's just Anyway. Next bit of movie news, Godzilla vs. Kong is set to be released this March. So I know what I'm going to be doing on my birthday, because my birthday is March 22nd. I know what I'm going to be doing. I actually really enjoyed the 2014 Godzilla film with Bryan Cranston and the other guy who's a little bit too bland, so I can't really remember his name. And then Kong Skull Island. I actually kind of love Kong Skull Island. That's actually one of the best monster films ever made, in my opinion. Unpopular opinion, I know, but I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, we had the sequel to the 2014 Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I also watched. Nowhere near as good as the first one, because the first one had such an emotional core to it. But Godzilla King of the Monsters was a visual spectacle, and it was extremely fun to watch. And I'm extremely excited for Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, this is a really neat universe for me. The Monsterverse, I think, is what they're calling it. Really cool, and it's all tied in with, like, the Monarch organization. Hey, you are a bully, Xavier. It's not nice. I'm sorry. If you want to put pineapple on pizza, you do it. Don't let me tell you what to do. All right. Next bit of movie news. There is a new film with Nicolas Cage called Willy's Wonderland, where he is going to be slaying animatronic monsters. So it's basically FNAF, but with Nicolas Cage. I will watch anything with Nicolas Cage. There is a documentary series on Netflix right now called A History of Swear Words. It is hosted by Nicolas Cage, and he basically takes you through like any swear word you can think of. I mean, there's only one season, and they didn't cover all of them, but like, it's so funny. I only watched the first 2 episodes, but it's so funny, and it actually is kind of interesting going back in history, because those words didn't used to be offensive. People would just say them casually. Children would say them casually, and then they just go through a legit timeline telling you specific people and how it was decided that these words were offensive, even though they're really just alternatives for other words that mean the same thing. Like that thing that we're all curious about, like who said that it was offensive? That documentary show will tell you, and it's very interesting. If animals could talk, which would be the rudest? Honestly, probably cats. They're so spoiled. They would be the most bratty, rude, disrespectful child ever, because they've gotten everything they've ever wanted. They're living in luxury. All right, but yeah, a Nicolas Cage film where he's slaying monster animatronics, count me in, man. Edge of Tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Okay, so next bit of movie news. Edge of Tomorrow 2 is in the works, but Warner Brothers wants to remove the time travel element. What? Why would you remove time travel from Edge of Tomorrow? That is literally the core of Edge of Tomorrow. If you haven't seen Edge of Tomorrow, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was a extremely fun and exhilarating, honestly really great action film with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, 2 of my favorite actresses in the in Hollywood right now. But it's entirely centered around time travel. Why would you remove the time travel? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But Tom Cruise, if you don't know, Tom Cruise has a new movie that he's doing that is going to take place largely in space. Here's the thing. Tom Cruise does a lot of crazy stuff. Where all movies up until this point that have taken place in space, it's been done with green screen or CGI, computer animation, those types of things. This film is actually going to shoot in space. That's not a rumor. That is a fact. It has been confirmed. Yes, Tom Cruise will be going to actual space to shoot this film. part of me is like, it's about dang time. I mean, seriously, just think about it. Like, all the other crazy stuff we've been going to space forever at this point. Like, for a very long time, we've had the ability. Cameras work in space. It's about time we shoot an actual movie up there. I mean, seriously, Tom Cruise has done the crazy stuff for movies. He climbed the Burj Khalifa. He skydived out of a cargo plane through a lightning storm. I mean, come on. Come on, man. It's about time he goes to space. Ugh. Cats or dogs? Don't make me choose, because I have a lot of both, and I love them all. In one sentence, how would you sum up the internet? In one sentence? In one sentence, how would I sum up the internet? Let's see. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Not only is that my life motto, but that's also the sentence I would use to describe the internet. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Alright, next bit of movie news. We have Scream 5, the 5th Scream film. I know they said they weren't going to make anymore because Wes Craven passed away and they didn't want to tarnish his legacy, but I guess they were like, but Scream! It's Scream! We gotta make another Scream movie. So that's what they're doing. But yeah, so Scream 5 is releasing in 1 year, and I'm not pessimistic towards it. You know, I actually thought Scream 4 was good. Like, a lot of people were like, this franchise ended years ago, and now you're just gonna come along with Scream 4, and then nobody really liked it. I actually thought Scream 4 was good. Like, call me crazy, but yeah. Scream 3 was not good, but it's still extremely entertaining. And then Scream 1 and 2, I think, are legitimately great, masterful horror films. Classics for sure. So I'm cautiously optimistic for Scream 5, but I heard that they're doing away with the self-aware meta humor, you know, that self-referential thing of, like, having fun with the horror genre while also poking fun at it. That's entirely what Scream is built off of. Why would you take that away? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I do like the idea of a grounded, realistic, dark Scream film. You know, someone who's legitimately taking it too far and is a legitimate psychopath. Not that Billy Loomis wasn't a legit psychopath. He was, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? I don't know. If an animal dies of natural causes, can vegans eat it? No, because technically it's still meat within it. And their whole thing is not eating any meat of any kind. So I'm going to say no. You might want to ask an actual vegan, though. All right, next bit of movie news. The Tom Holland Uncharted film. 1 second. I am a massive Uncharted fan. I love it. I love the Uncharted games. I know this is just the 4th one, but I've played all of them. I love the Uncharted games. I love Naughty Dog as a gaming company. And I'm excited for the new Tom Holland Uncharted movie. I actually think he fits the part fairly well, and I'm excited to see what he does, especially after his work as Spider-Man. I'm excited to see him as a young Nathan Drake. So I'm extremely excited for it. Also, HBO is doing a Last of Us television series. Yes, please. Now, if it had been some other, look, if it was some other studio, like, unless it's HBO or AMC, I'm gonna be a little cautious. But AMC gave us The Walking Dead. They gave us Breaking Bad. And Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead are incredible. So, and think about it. The Last of Us. Well, actually, AMC isn't doing The Last of Us show. HBO is doing it. But seriously, HBO did Euphoria, Game of Thrones, Chernobyl. HBO is amazing with TV series. And to see them tackle something like The Last of Us, it's just so great, because I also love The Last of Us games, part 1 and 2. I love part 1, and I love part 2 equally, so I'm extremely excited to see what HBO does with that. What is the most embarrassing thing you have ever worn? Most embarrassing thing I've ever worn? Huh. I don't know. Because I wouldn't buy something that I would be embarrassed wearing. Huh. I don't know, man. I don't think I could answer that question. Next up, we have The Boys star Jack Quaid. Okay, this bit of movie news has a spoiler for the first Hunger Games film. So if you have not seen the first Hunger Games film, leave and come back in a couple minutes, or just stay if you don't care about spoilers. The Boys star Jack Quaid apologizes for killing Rue in the Hunger Games. Yes, one of the main stars of Amazon's The Boys was the very, very minor character in the first Hunger Games film that killed Rue. And he came out and apologized for it. Now, I know that's not significant or anything. I just was scrolling through the latest movie news on Screen Rant, and I saw that, and I was like, that's funny. I'm putting that down. So no more to say about it, but I just thought that was funny. Because that movie came out like 8 years ago at this point. Okay, here's a big one. Deadpool 3 is going to be a part of the MCU. It's going to be included in the MCU. But it's going to be rated R, which would make it the first rated R MCU film, like within, the MCU, like that 20-something series movies MCU. Deadpool 1 and 2 were rated R, but they weren't officially tied into the MCU. Deadpool 3 is going to tie into the MCU, and it's still going to be rated R. First rated R MCU movie, yeah, baby! Fans have been pushing for it. But that definitely begs the question. The new Blade film with Mahershala Ali, who's going to be playing Blade, which I'm so excited for. Oh my goodness, I love Blade. Is that going to be rated R? Because that material, like the God, why can't I think of the core material, like the original material that this new film is inspired from, is extremely rated R worthy. If you've seen the original Blade film, it is bloody. I mean, want me to describe that film in one word? Bloody. There you go. So if Deadpool 3 is going to be rated R, is the new Blade going to be rated R? And even more so, if the third Deadpool film, since the third Deadpool film is going to be tying in with the MCU, Blade is also a Marvel property, so is that going to be tying into the MCU? There's a lot that could happen in phases 4 and 5, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. What's the most imaginative insult you can come up with? Well, I don't know. That would take me a while. I'd probably just quote one of the insults from Whiplash, because Whiplash, oh my gosh, so many, the insults in Whiplash are like just crushing. I'm just thinking of a couple right now. There's this one insult where J.K. Simmons, and I'm not prejudiced at all towards anyone. This is just what he said in the film, and I couldn't help but laugh. There's this one insult where he's just grilling these two drummers, seeing who can play the fastest. And Ryan Connolly, the character Ryan in Whiplash, gets up on the kit, and he's a redhead. And he goes up there and he starts adjusting the seat, and J.K. Simmons is like, "What are you looking for? There's no pot of gold down there. You actually do look quite a bit like a leprechaun. I think I'm going to start calling you Flannery." And then it just cuts to a completely different moment, like right after he says that. The editing is so good, but that was so funny. What is the weirdest thing a guest has done at your house? The weirdest thing a guest has... See, I don't think anyone who's ever visited me has been the weird guest. I think I'm always the weird guest when we go and visit family. The weirdest thing a guest has done at my house. I keep saying I don't know to a lot of your questions, and I legitimately don't know. Most guests we have over are fairly normal. I mean, you know what? I just hit my elbow. I think you get what I'm saying. That was the last bit of movie news we had. Now on to some Blu-rays. I did do a complete Blu-ray collection video last year. Since then, I have gotten so many new Blu-rays. I'm going to show you this stack. This stack that I'm about to show you right now, this is every Blu-ray that I've gotten since that video. The Blu-rays that were shown in that video, it was only these ones. These were the only Blu-rays in that video. Such a small collection. Now, what I'm about to show you is every Blu-ray I've gotten since that video. Let me get this stack and just show you how massive it is. And I really hope I don't drop it, because I would die. Whoa! That is a lot of movies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's fallen. It's fallen. Okay. I think we're good. So I'm going to show you guys every single new Blu-ray I have gotten since then, and that will make for good discussion. That will make for some really good discussion. All right. Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman film from 2017. I love it. Patty Jenkins brought so much energy to this film, and Gal Gadot and Chris Pine have amazing chemistry. Such great writing in this film. One of the most inspiring moments ever in a movie is in this movie, and it's when she dons her outfit and steps into no man's land in World War I and just walks out there on the battlefield. There's the slow-mo, she's blocking bullets, and the music and just everything about that scene was so great. I have not seen Wonder Woman 1984 yet. Do not ask me what I think about it. I'm going to be watching that soon. I'm going to be watching that soon. Oh no. Give me a second. Woman down. Woman down. All right, there we go. All right, next up we have the film that I was just talking about, Whiplash, on 4K. Yeah, baby. Slipcover and everything. You guys know that I love my slipcovers. Such a great film. J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller are freaking revelations in this film. They're so good. And yeah, I mean, just an all-around great film. And surprisingly rewatchable. All right, next up we got some stuff that I got for I got these two for Christmas. I actually got I got a lot of these for Christmas. The complete first season of The Walking Dead on Blu-ray. As I was talking about, AMC, Walking Dead is great. Yeah, I love The Walking Dead. Say what you want about season 7 and 8, but seasons 9 and 10 have really brought it back to greatness. And apparently season 11, which will be premiering soon, is going to be a supersized 24 episode season. So that's looking forward to that. I got to watch the entire show before that comes out, because I want to be able to watch that as it airs, because I'm just so invested. Hey, Nostalgic, what's up? He says, have you seen FMAB? You know, I feel like I know what that is, but let me just look it up. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I am a massive anime fan. Since it started around the beginning of 2020, it was when I was quarantined and I was forced to just watch a bunch of stuff on Netflix. Netflix has a great anime selection, so I've gotten really into anime since then. There's a lot of great shows out there. And to answer your question, no, I have not seen... Wait, you said Have I? Yes. Full Brotherhood. Yes. Sorry for saying yes so much. I have seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but I haven't seen the other Full Metal Alchemist thing, I don't think. But yes, I have seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Really good stuff. Yeah, first season of The Walking Dead on Blu-ray, and the second season of The Walking Dead on Blu-ray, which I love. Say what you want about season 2, I still love it. All right, next up we have another thing that I got for Christmas, and this film, we're going to be talking about this film much more in this stream. Actually, on my notes, I dedicated an entire section of the stream to this film. The 2009 version. One second. Yeah, that's the one I've seen. All right, this film that I'm about to show you, I dedicated an entire section of this live stream to it, and that will be later. V for Vendetta on 4K, which I watched this on 4K, and it looks amazing. Now, you probably already know what I think about this film because of the fact that, you know, it was on my Christmas list, and I got it, and I just said I'm dedicating an entire section of the stream to it. So you probably already know what I think about it, but I'm not going to tell you because I do plan to review it on November the 5th. If you don't know the significance of November the 5th, you're behind. Watch V for Vendetta and you'll understand. The original isn't the manga version as it was airing. As it was airing while the manga was still being written, the OG one had to make their own story. Oh, really? Well, that's cool. I haven't read the manga, though I have... See, here's the thing. I don't own any manga, but you can find, like, samples of manga to read. So I've read a couple samples of things. Because a lot of the anime that I watch were adapted from manga, as the majority of anime are. So I've started trying to read manga, and eventually, I'll just buy the manga. What version do you watch, the anime in sub or dub? All right, here's my take on subbed and dubbed anime. If the English dub of an anime is legitimately good, here's the thing. Here's how I tell. I watch both. I will watch an entire season of an anime in sub, with the Japanese voice actors and the English subtitles. And then I will go back and watch the entire season in dub with the English voice actors. And then I will compare. And if the English dub is just as good, if not better, than the sub, then I will watch the English dub from now on. However, if it is inferior, which many times they are, I will just watch it in sub. I don't really care. I have nothing against subtitles. I know a lot of people hate looking at them, and part of me is like, yeah, I spend so much time looking at the subtitles, and you kind of miss out on all the amazing animation. But I don't mind them. But if the English dub is legitimately amazing, I will watch it in English dub. And when it comes to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I've watched both the sub and dub, and I can't really decide which one is better. What color is the mirror? I don't know. Don't ask me all these confusing questions. All right, next up, another thing I got for Christmas. Twister, classic natural disaster film. Yeah, I love it. I love how it says the dark side of nature. Truly is. And even watching this today, the CGI, yeah, you can tell it's CGI, but it actually holds up fairly well. Like, the CG, like, you can tell it's CG, but it doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty good. I love Twister. Great movie. Oh, crap. It's about to fall. All right, there we go. I'm going to have to alphabetically organize all these when I'm done. If you enjoy wasting time, is that time really wasted? No, it's not. 12 Angry Men, classic film. This is one of the best films of all time, and one of the very few films that I would call 100% perfect. Not even the tiniest little nitpick. 12 Angry Men is amazing. One of, if not the best screenplay ever written. It feels like something that Aaron Sorkin would have written, because this came out in the 50s. And Aaron Sorkin is known for writing like The Social Network and the show The West Wing and Steve Jobs. Like, Aaron Sorkin is an amazing screenwriter. And the way the dialogue is in this film, like, if they ever remake 12 Angry Men, I want Aaron Sorkin to write the screenplay, because he would do a phenomenal job. Super 8, this is a modern classic for me. I adore this film so much. And no, not just because it's by J.J. Abrams and Steven Spielberg, though that is part of it. They're great talents. This is like everything I need. Like, it's the type of movie that adults can be nostalgic about because it takes place in the 80s, but it's the type of movie that people like us can also love because it's about a bunch of young filmmakers, discovering something dark going on under the town and investigating on their own and things like that. And I just love things like that. Stranger Things is actually next up in this pile, which is very similar to Super 8. If anything is possible, is it possible for anything to be impossible? Yes. All right, next up, we have Stranger Things in this kick-butt VHS casing. I love it. This is actually the 4K of Stranger Things, like the actual 4K discs, but it's made to look like a VHS pack, because Stranger Things is very 80s nostalgia. I love that. Speed. I recently reviewed Speed, one of the best action films of the 90s. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock are phenomenal in this film. Silence of the Lambs, one of the darkest and most disturbing movies I've ever seen, but I wanted to say Angelina Jolie for a second. Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, two of the best performances ever by actors, and I'm by actors. You know what I'm trying to say. Extremely dark and disturbing movie, still a great movie. Signs, one of M. Night Shyamalan's best films, though I'm not like, I don't know. I really like the ending of this movie, despite, my views. We have the M. Night Shyamalan trilogy of Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. I'm just really happy that a trilogy like this exists. Unbreakable is a classic to me. I adore Split, and I really enjoyed Glass. And it's such a unique trilogy of films, and I'm really glad it exists. Like, it's so unique from everything else coming out right now, including the MCU and DCEU. Saving Private Ryan, classic war film from Spielberg. Extremely violent, extremely long, but it never gets boring. The Princess Bride, classic comedy. I love The Princess Bride. I watch this movie so much, at least 2 or 3 times a year. Honestly, I adore it. Yeah, and I don't know why these 2 actors' names are blanking out on me right now. The Others, one of the best horror films ever made. Personally, one of my favorite psychological horror films. Nicole Kidman is amazing in this movie, and produced by Tom Cruise, by the way, because I think him and Nicole Kidman were together when they were making this. Amazing movie, extremely unexpected twist. Every time I watch this, even though I know the twist is coming, when it's revealed, I still get goosebumps. I'm like, ooh, like that's so clever and amazing. All right, next up, 127 Hours. James Franco is amazing in this film. He absolutely deserved an Oscar. And this is my favorite survival film. My favorite true story survival film. Nonstop, a very underrated action thriller starring Liam Neeson, directed by Joan Colette Serra. Taking place entirely on a plane. Very good stuff. 1917, directed by Sam Mendes, who also did Skyfall, the Bond film, which I just watched last night. Such a great movie. But this is also an extremely amazing, phenomenal film. And, oh, wait, I'm missing questions. If someone with multiple personalities threatens to kill himself, is it considered a hostage situation? I'm going to say no, because all those personalities are still a figment of one general mind. Yeah, 1917. One take war film. Next up, we have the Maze Runner. Right here, we have the first Maze Runner film. Very underrated action thriller starring Dylan O'Brien. I love it. Now we also have Maze... Ooh. Who's all watching this stream right now? Can you just... Actually, never mind. The Scorch Trials, the sequel, also very well-directed action film. And the third one, The Death Cure, also a very well-directed action film. Get back to me on Twitter, Nostalgic. I don't necessarily want to talk about that here. Love, Simon, one of the best modern teen romance films we have. It looks great on 4K, too, because this is a beautifully shot movie. Very good film. And Nick Robinson is painfully real in this film. He's such a good actor. Just Mercy. I just reviewed this. An extremely legal drama. Not an extremely legal drama. It is a legal drama, like the genre of it. Incredible true story, and Bryan Stevenson is a real-life hero as far as I'm concerned. Have you seen Dragon Ball? I've seen portions of Dragon Ball. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, though. Sorry. If you try to fail and succeed... If you try to fail and succeed, then which have you done? You've done both. You've succeeded at failing, which means you also failed. There you go. Joker, one of the best films of 2019. I really enjoyed it. Yes, it is very derivative of Martin Scorsese's work, but I still really enjoyed it. And Phoenix is amazing in this film. Jojo Rabbit on 4K, also one of the best films of 2019. I have a review for this up right now, and I also have an analysis vid of Joker. Yeah, Roman... Right, that's his name, yeah. Roman Griffin Davis and Scarlett Johansson and Taika Waititi are amazing in this film, and Taika Waititi is also an amazing director. One of the funniest films I've ever seen, personally, and also one of the most heartbreaking. Thoughts on Wonder Woman 1984? I have not watched Wonder Woman 1984 yet. I want to review the 2017 Wonder Woman film before I review Wonder Woman 1984. Knives Out. Yes, Knives Out is also one of the best films of 2019, though I have not purchased that 4K yet. The Invisible Man on 4K. If you watched my channel last year, no, it was this year, you know the story behind this. John Flickinger, the Flick Pick, on YouTube, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, received 3 copies of The Invisible Man from Universal Studios. And of course, he doesn't need 3, so he gave away 2 of them. And he made a Twitter post, and he was like, comment on this post, and I'll choose someone at random, and I'll send a copy of The Invisible Man on 4K to you for absolutely free. So I took my chances, and I commented. I was like, hey, man, here's the comment. Fingers crossed for my favorite thriller of 2020. And then he private messaged me on Twitter, and he said, hey, man, you win. Send your address for the movie. So I did. And he said he gave me extra points for the video that I did about him, Jeremy Jahns, and Chris Stuckman. So that was great. That's just special story. And also just an amazing film. Why is abbreviated such a long word? I don't know. I don't know, man. Do you still underrated Tenet? Do you still understand Tenet? Because I still don't. I've done a lot of research. I've looked into a lot of different perspectives and opinions, and I feel that I have a general understanding. There's still a ton of tiny things that I don't understand yet. Not because they weren't executed well, but just because Tenet is a very complex film. But I feel like I understand the general situation. Insidious, one of the best horror films ever made. This movie gives me goosebumps every single time I watch it. James Wan, not Wong. James Wan is an amazing director. The Hunger Games Complete Collection. There was a Mockingjay pin right here that has since been removed, and I actually think it's up there somewhere. But yeah, I love all 4 of the Hunger Games films. You know, but I'm also the target demographic for those movies. Why is a boxing ring square? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Stop asking me these questions. You're messing my brain up. Hannah. Extremely underrated action film starring Saoirse Ronan. No one talks about this movie, but I also don't think anyone knows about this movie. Extremely underrated. Definitely check it out. Hacksaw Ridge, one of the best war films of all time. I still need to review this film. If you want more in-depth thoughts about it, I did a 40-minute video that's currently on my channel where I was with, it featured Lightning Strike Studios, and we discussed 5 iconic war films, and this was one of them. Definitely check it out. Amazing film. Gremlins, the classic, the original Gremlins on 4K. This is a Christmas movie. I don't care what you say. I love Gremlins. The Greatest Showman. Let me explain. This is definitely a guilty pleasure. I know this film isn't that good, but I still really enjoy it. And the music is not a guilty pleasure. The music in this film I actually think is genuinely great. And Zendaya, dude. Every time I watch this, I'm like, Zendaya. Yes. Anyway. That got creepy. I love her as MJ. Crawl, one of the most underrated thrillers of 2019. Really, really enjoyed it. And Kaya Scodelario from the Maze Runner films, which I also showed you guys a bit ago, is amazing in this movie. The Breakfast Club, one of, if not my favorite John Hughes film. This is the Universal 100th Anniversary Edition, so you can actually open this up here, and it gives you a bunch of information about the film. And then you can also slide it out, and there's the actual movie itself. One of my favorite films of all time, and it still holds up surprisingly well. Do you have a PS5? I do not yet have a PS5, but we are trying very hard to get one. We have reviewed 3 of these. 3 of what? The war films? Is Terrence Fletcher the best character ever? He's definitely one of my favorite characters of all time. I don't think I could choose a best character ever. But right now, as you guys know, I'm reviewing Breaking Bad right now. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman are definitely in my list of the best characters of all time, and Terrence Fletcher is right up there with them. I don't know if I can't definitively say that he is the best character of all time, just because I don't know if I could choose. It's so hard. There's so many great characters out there in cinema and television and novels and songs, to be completely honest. But I What was I going to say? I lost it. I don't know. But if someone, I got it. But if someone were to tell me that Terrence Fletcher is the best character of all time, I wouldn't disagree with them. All right, next up we have main event. The entire show of Breaking Bad on Blu-ray. The reason season 3 is not in here is because I'm currently watching through season 3 to prepare for my season 3 review. But this has all the seasons. Amazing collection. I love it. And I love the box art too. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, where have you been, man? Come on. All right, let me check my text messages. All right, there we go. Oh boy. All right, we have the Amazing Spider-Man. I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. There, I said it. He's an amazing actor. He was also in The Social Network and Hacksaw Ridge. The dude can act. There's no question about it. And his performance in this film is amazing. And I legitimately think this is a really good movie. Sue me. I don't care. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, however, this is more of a guilty pleasure for me, though the chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone is off the charts. That's actually a legitimately great part of this movie. Everything else is just extremely fun to watch, though I know that this film as a movie is actually pretty bad. But there is one scene. Spoilers for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm sorry. Gwen's death. Gwen's death in this film. That actually made me cry the first time I watched it. The film as a whole is not good, but there are scenes in it that are handled extremely well, and Gwen's death was one of those. And what I will say about both of these films is that they have a lot of great characters. They also have a lot of bad ones, but they have a lot of great ones. Do you think Emma Stone deserved the win over Natalie Portman? Emma Stone got it for La La Land, right? Let me look. All right. And what movie was Natalie Portman in 2016? Was that Black Swan? She was in Jackie in 2016. I assume that's the movie you're thinking of. I actually haven't seen Jackie, so I can't comment on that. Although I will say Emma Stone's performance in La La Land was Oscar-worthy. But I'll get back to you when I've seen Jackie. Who's a better teacher, Walter or Fletcher? I'm going to say Walter, actually. I don't know. Like, if I had to choose one to work with, I know drumming is not illegal and meth cooking is, but if I had to choose a teacher to be under the control of, I think I would honestly choose Walter. Because I don't know. Like, you can, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just going to say Walter. Andrew Garfield had the potential to be the greatest Spider-Man ever, but he was he has a terrible script and director. Let me see. Mark Webb. Mark Webb did 500 Days of Summer. He's a great director, and I don't know what he was thinking with the Amazing Spider-Man films. I won't say they're terribly directed, but like there's very well directed scenes in them, but they could have been directed way better. And yeah, the script for the most part is pretty bad, aside from the moments between Gwen and Peter. Like, those are actually cute to me. Like, I don't know, I connect with it. Those portions were well written, in my opinion. The Alfred Hitchcock Essentials Collection. These are 5 essential films from Alfred Hitchcock, and they also just so happen to be my top 5 Alfred Hitchcock films. Those films being Rear Window, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Psycho, and The Birds. Not necessarily in that order. Man, I have so many Blu-rays over here to put back. Cloverfield on 4K. Extremely underrated found footage disaster film. Give it a rewatch if you hated it on the first time and really pay attention to what the characters are saying. You might end up loving it. 10 Cloverfield Lane. The extremely unofficial, I hesitate to even call it sequel to Cloverfield. This is an amazing film. One of my favorite thrillers of all time. At least we're getting him, Tom Holland, Spider-Man 3. Yes, I'm very excited for all of them. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland are all going to be in a live-action Spider-Verse film. I'm curious if they're going to do a live-action Miles Morales. That'd be pretty cool. The Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. We're almost done. We only got one more after this. I love these films. I can't think of a better representation of the Batman character. Batman the Animated Series is definitely up there, though. And the new Batman film. Oh, my God. The new Batman film directed by Matt Reeves. I am so excited for that film. Man, I'm so excited for that film. That trailer. Oh, I love it. And last but certainly not least, The Shallows. If you remember, I talked about a film earlier in this stream called Nonstop. That was directed by Jaume Collet-Serra. This is also directed by Jaume Collet-Serra or Jaume Collet-Serra. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Jaume Collet-Serra. Also a very underrated thriller film. Blake Lively is amazing in this film. Not just physically, but she's also amazing emotionally. She's a very good actress. And this film just looks beautiful. I got to get the 4K of this. I got to upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K. And yeah, those are all the Blu-rays that I've gotten since my Blu-ray collection video. So there you go. And now, one second. Why is the time of day with the slowest traffic called rush hour? I don't know, man. Why is the word dictionary in the dictionary? Because technically dictionary is a word. Have you seen WandaVision yet? No, I have not seen WandaVision yet, though I am very curious to check it out. Why isn't there mouse-flavored cat food? That's morbid. Why do you need a driver's license to buy alcohol when you can't drink and drive? Good question. Very good question. Dang it, that's going to keep me thinking for the rest of the day. Is it wrong to have a man crush on Robert Pattinson? No, it is not wrong to have a man crush on Robert Pattinson. That dude is... Anyway. Oh, God. All right. I asked some good questions in this video. You asked a lot of very good questions in this video that are going to be making me think for the rest of the day. Good quality questions. Yes, very good quality questions. Now is the segment of the stream where we're going to talk about V for Vendetta. Give me a second, because I got a package in the mail the other day, and it is directly related to V for Vendetta. Let me get it. Crap nuggets. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to put it on, and then I'll come back. Here we go. V for Vendetta. Yep, oh God. Yes, I have the V for Vendetta mask, and I love it. So good. I love it. Here we go. I'm gonna recite the famous line. Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Yep. I love V for Vendetta, and this isn't just like a plastic mask. This is a wood-carved, like, half-inch thick mask with a legit strap and, like, a metal bolt in the side of it. Like, very good quality stuff. I love V for Vendetta, and the reason I wanted to dedicate an entire portion of the stream to it is because of the current situation we are in with our country right now, with riots and, you know, the whole Capitol storming and everything, just craziness. V for Vendetta is surprisingly relevant. Seriously, watch that film now. The V for Vendetta takes place in 2027, so it takes place like in the 2020 era. So, like, extremely relevant, and obviously not just because of when it takes place, but the political situation in that, and just some of the things that are happening with the government, very, like, strikingly similar to today. I want Daniel Radcliffe to be Hush in a sequel of The Batman. Ooh. You just opened up a whole new fanboy inside my head. I'm going to petition for that. Yes, Daniel Radcliffe to play Hush in a sequel of The Batman. If there's even going to be a sequel to The Batman. That does seem like a movie that might be like Joker, where it's like comic book film, but just a one-off thing that's not really tied in with anything else. Yeah, man, I'd be all for that. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Good. It's gonna be wrong to have a movie on the riot. Wait, is it gonna be wrong to have a movie on the riot on the Capitol because everything now in the world needs to be a movie? I wouldn't make I don't think a movie specifically about the violent protest on the Capitol would be. I don't think you need to make a movie about that, but I do think that like 20 years down the road, I think a political thriller about 2020, and maybe even 2021. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. I think that would be really, really cool. Like a movie like, I don't know, Richard Jewell or Official Secrets or even Just Mercy. Like a movie like with those types of tones and styles, and even V for Vendetta, telling the true like political story of 2020. I think that could be extremely interesting. But do I need a movie specifically about the riot on the Capitol? No. But could that be an event in the film? Yes, it could. I don't want a movie, but Hollywood wants to. Yeah, that's the thing. Hollywood seems to have forgotten what we want. Like they're not, or maybe they're a little bit too concerned with what we want to the point where they're not even giving us what we want anymore. They're just giving us what they think we want. It's every time Hollywood tries to convince us that they're they're like with it, you know, like that they're like hip and up to date, and like the more they try to do that, like the more they try to convince us that they're in touch with media right now, the more they just prove that they're not. So yeah, there was that V for Vendetta segment. I love this mess so much, and I can't wait to review it on November the 5th. I don't want it to fall because wood does break. I'm going to put it right there. All right, next up, I know you guys have been asking me questions throughout the video, but now we have the portion of the live stream that is specifically a Q&A. So yeah, ask me anything. Ask me anything, people. Just, this is your time to shine at this point. My dream sorry. Keep on choking up for some reason. My dream cast of a movie is Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, and Daniel Radcliffe. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Imagine a spy film. Like a spy trio movie with Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Daniel Radcliffe. Also, my pitch. People are talking about a new Bond after Daniel Craig because No Time to Die is going to be Daniel Craig's final Bond film. Who's going to be Bond afterwards? I know Idris Elba is considered, and I am totally on board with that. Like, I love Idris Elba, and I would love to see him as Bond. But I'm also, like, I was also just thinking, if Idris Elba wasn't an option, because I am very much on board with that, if he wasn't an option, who would I choose? And I was thinking, after seeing Tenet, I was like, you know, Robert Pattinson. Like, screw Twilight. Twilight's horrible. But after seeing Tenet, I was like, Robert Pattinson. There's something there. And I was like, I think he would be a good James Bond. And I stand by that. So if Idris Elba doesn't happen, my vote is Robert Pattinson. What's your dream cast for a movie? You pretty much covered it, man. But if I had to choose, I would say Anya Taylor-Joy. Jonah Scott. Jonah Scott is a voice actor for anime, but he has not appeared in like a live action thing. But he's a legitimately amazing actor, so I would love to see him. So Anya Taylor-Joy and Jonah Scott. And then, a third one. Sorry. Natalie Portman, Robert Pattinson, trying to think. Joaquin Phoenix. There you go. I could probably name so many more, but Joaquin Phoenix is also amazing. Cherry is going to be a phenomenal movie. Yes, Cherry with Tom Holland. I'm so excited for it. It comes out on Apple TV Plus, and I'm definitely going to check that out. Celebrity crush. Well, I actually just named her in my dream cast. Anya Taylor-Joy. That's my celebrity crush. I love her. Thoughts on Airplane? Look, lightning strikes. I know what you think of Airplane, and I'm not going to get in a debate with you right now because you and me have completely opposing opinions on it. Have you read The Disaster Artist? I have not read The Disaster Artist, written by Greg Sestero, but I have seen the film The Disaster Artist, and I love it. It's amazing. That is an amazing film. Sorry I keep on adjusting my collar, but like this shirt just kind of sits weirdly on me. Anyway, well, I just messed it up again. There we go. I don't know. What if I just like, no, I'm just kidding. Not gonna do that. Short term 12. Have not seen I have not seen Short Term 12 yet, though I am looking forward to checking it out. You've been recommending it to me so much. But it's from the same director who did Just Mercy, so I am extremely excited for to watch Short Term 12. In fact, you know what? Lightning Strikes? I'm about to do you a favor here. I still have a good bit of Christmas money left over in my account, so I'm going to Amazon. Here, let me turn down the brightness so you can see. Going to Amazon. Short Term 12. Blu-ray. $11.41. There you go. Short Term 12. And buy now. Swipe to place your order. Yes, please. All right, let me cover up my address and then I'll show you. I don't know if you can tell. It says, thank you, your order has been placed. I have just ordered Short Term 12, and it should be arriving between February 11th and March 2nd. There you go. I'm going to be watching Short Term 12 for real now. Brie Larson? No, I don't have a celebrity crush on Brie Larson, but I do think she is an amazing actress. Do you think the marketing for Godzilla vs. Kong has been terrible? It's coming out in March. I don't think it's been terrible. It's just what I expected, and I didn't expect much. I don't think the movie's going to be great, but I want it to. Like, I'm really hoping it's going to be great. You know, it's that life motto, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. So I need to be prepared for it to be a massive disappointment, but I'm hoping for it to be amazing. So it could be either. If it's amazing, amazing. That's for mailing it to me, man. What do you mean? It's coming to me. Can't wait to get it. Not for you, man. No, I was seeing if you think she is good. Oh. Yeah, I do think Brie Larson is a really good actress. Though Captain Marvel was kind of... Her performance was good, but the movie was just kind of meh. Yeah. This has been one of the best episodes so far. You guys have been asking a lot of really great questions. It's been very, very interactive. Normally these are an hour and a half long, but we'll just see where the stream takes us. Though I will not go 2 hours is like my limit at this point, because you know YouTube's attention span is not. Also, please, if you have not done this yet, please leave a like on the live stream because it boosts the popularity of the stream. So if you have not, just go down, hit that like button. It really does help with the stupid messed up YouTube algorithm, and I need the support because I want to grow this channel. My goal for 2021 is to hit 200 subscribers. My goal for 2020 was to hit 100 subscribers, and I hit 100 subscribers on the very last day of 2020. And so my goal for 2021 is to hit 200. So yeah, let's keep that consistent. Every year, just another 100 subscribers, please. Who's the actor that I can't stand? An actor that I can't stand. Like an actor, like whenever they show up, I'm just like, ugh, just stop. John Leguizamo. Okay, maybe not every time. His performance in John Wick was good, but everything else. Every time John Leguizamo shows up in a movie, I'm just like, oh god, no, not him. Yeah. Mike Myers. Oh yeah, Mike Myers too. Ugh. Fionnuala Flanagan. I have no idea who that is. My uncle was your 100. Oh, your uncle was my 100 subscriber. Thank you. Oh, Fionnuala Flanagan is your celeb crush? Okay, cool. I don't know who that is, but yeah. You guys have been great. Can I just say that? So many past live streams, I've just been sitting here with like just in complete silence because no one's commenting anything. You two have been great. Thank you so much for keeping this live stream interesting for both me and hopefully for you as well. Favorite The Walking Dead character? Oh! Oh, no! 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 Oh, God! Hey. Hey there. What's up, guys? How you doing? Why must you make me choose? Ah! Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's tied between like 4, which The Walking Dead has so many great characters. Rick, obviously. Michonne. Negan, believe it or not. I hate Negan, like, as a person. But, like, the development they've done with his character in seasons 9 and 10, I really like it. And I think he's an extremely well-written character. So, he is one of my favorites. Carl, because I love his development. So sad how that played out. Oh, and Glenn, obviously. Glenn. You know, it feels kind of weird to include Glenn and Negan in the same list of favorite characters because, you know, something that Negan kind of did to Glenn. I love Glenn. Oh, and Carol and Meg. I'm sorry, I can't choose. There's just so many great characters. No, it's gonna be T-Dog. Oh my god. T-Dog was such a short-lived character. Man, literally. But yeah. After recently rewatching seasons 1 and 2, T-Dog, man, respect, mad respect. I do love that character. And he was actually some pretty good comic relief for seasons 1 and 2 as well. But yeah, The Walking Dead is so good, man. And Breaking Bad, too. Like, there's so many great shows right now. Like, there just is. You know? Just so many great shows. I love it. Cobra Kai. Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead World Beyond. I haven't watched either. Sorry. I am going to watch Fear the Walking Dead because I've heard that as it progressed, it got progressively better. Now it's like great. And I have not seen The Walking Dead World Beyond, but I am interested because that's apparently it's a bunch of like teenagers trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. And, you know, like it's kind of like a YA type thing. And I'm interested in that stuff. They are also making the Walking Dead movies. Yes, they are going to make Walking Dead films that are going to follow Rick Grimes. No spoilers, but in season 9, well, let's just say Rick Grimes is no longer in the show, but I will state for a fact, and I know this to be a fact, the show even confirmed it. Rick Grimes is not dead. We just don't know where he is. There you go. And the Walking Dead movies are going to cover where he is. Favorite genre? Probably psychological thriller. Cobra Kai, I'm on season 2. Yeah, are you enjoying it, man? I mean, you've told me that you're enjoying it. Yeah, I love me some Cobra Kai. It's just the perfect 80s cheese that we need right now. Fear the Walking Dead seasons 1 through 3 are great. After that, it's dog. Oh. Really? See, I heard the exact opposite. I heard that seasons 1 through 3 were meh, and then the newer stuff is the crappy stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it and form my own opinion. I love it. I've only told you one thing. Yes, you don't need to put it in the chat here. You've told me. You have told me lightning strikes. Something about Cobra Kai. I'm glad you're loving it though, and dude, I can't. Get hype, like, because I've already seen season 3, and I'm so excited for you to experience season 3 because Netflix owns it now, and what Netflix did with season 3, I loved it. Just yes, petite, pristine perfection. You agreed. Yes, I did agree on what you told me. But yeah, I'm thinking about wrapping up the stream now. But we'll just see. If you guys keep it coming with the questions, we'll see where it goes. Thoughts on the new The Walking Dead show with Daryl and Carol? Is that happening? I love Daryl and Carol. I really do. Is that happening? It's happening. Oh my god! We are getting a spinoff with Daryl and Carol. Daryl Dixon and Carol. Yes, please. Oh, I shouldn't do that. I could have cracked my phone. Yes, please. My thoughts on it? Yeah, get hyped for that. I love those characters so much. Because The Walking Dead is ending after season 11. Yes, season 11 is going to be the final season, and I need to binge the entire show. I need to binge all seasons 1 through 10 so that I can watch season 11 as it airs. What's the most prized possession in my collection? In my Blu-ray collection or just my memorabilia collection? In my Blu-ray collection, probably the Breaking Bad complete series. But in my memorabilia collection, I'm going to go ahead and say this. This sculpture of the basilisk. This is a glass case. I got this from Universal Studios when I went there. Universal Studios Orlando. I went there with a bunch of my friends, and I got this, and it's great. You can actually take this off. I'll show it to you in all of its glory. Here, you can even take off the snake itself. See, that's epic. I love it. Let's put that back on. You got to be careful. All right, there we go. And then aside from that, this extremely good quality wood carved V for Vendetta mask is also up there, definitely. Favorite current rapper? My favorite current rapper? Nefx is really good. I really enjoy Nefx. Have you seen Tom Cruise's leaked audio of MI7? Oh my god, yeah. Tom Cruise went on this screaming rant at the cast of Mission Impossible 7 because they weren't following the COVID-19 safety guidelines. And I have listened to that audio multiple times. I find it so funny, but I also agree with him. It's like, you are endangering the lives of the people on this set. Wear your mask, social distance. Like, it's so funny. But I agree with him too. Oh god. Tom Cruise, dude. Like, man. He would also be in my dream cast for a movie, just to have that out there. Who did it better, Tom or Christian Bale? Tom. Did Christian Bale also have a rant? Or are you talking about a performance? Are you talking about the rant? I don't know. There is a little bit of a delay on the stream, so if you comment something, it might be 30 seconds before I see it. I am seeing that Christian Bale also had a rant. I haven't listened. I haven't listened to the Christian Bale rant yet, but I will. I would listen to it on stream, but I don't want to risk like an F-bomb being dropped on the stream. Thoughts on "Make It Far" by Ernie? Never heard it. Never heard it. I'm assuming that's a song because you were just talking about rappers. There we go. Also, I know you guys already told me at the beginning that the audio is extremely crisp on this new mic. Is it crisper than my previous streams? Because on the previous streams, I was using a Blue Yeti, and this is a Tonor USB condenser microphone, professional studio grade. Does it sound? Is it crisper than my other streams? It's on the set of Terminator Salvation. Terminator Salvation wasn't it was years ago. It's a song. It's the same. What do you mean? It's the same what? Well, it is a song. I'll listen to it. Yeah. Awkward. A bit better. Okay. I'll check it out. I will check out the song. You know, I'll pull it up on Apple Music right now, but I won't listen to it on stream. Tom Cruise should be a villain in a movie of not wanting people wearing masks. That would be hilarious. And I'd be rooting for the villain. Let me scroll up to find Make It Far by Ernie. Let me see. All right, I found it. I'm adding it to the thing. There we go. I'll listen to it. Your mic is the same. Well, my mic isn't the same. It's not the same mic. Are you saying it sounds the same? If it sounds the same, then that's bad. Because I hated the audio on my previous live streams. Do you like the HBO Max plan? Yes, I do like the HBO Max plan to release all their films that they are releasing in theaters, but also releasing them digitally the same day. I like that because, look, I much rather, like, I'm a much bigger person when it comes to theaters. Like, I would much rather go to the theater, and I'm not going to be watching most of those films on HBO Max. I'm going to go to a theater to watch most of them, of course, wearing my mask and social distancing. I'll go out to the theaters. I will go out to the theaters wearing this mask. And I will say, you know, I'll go on a rant about wearing masks. I'll be like, wear your mask! Ah! Yeah. I wish I could wear that to school. I really miss going to theaters because movies like Dune should be in theaters only. Yeah. Same. Also, a movie like Tenet, I'm so glad I got to see Tenet in a theater. I would have not wanted to watch that for the first time on my television, you know? And yeah, I'm so excited for Dune. Oh my god. Denis Villeneuve directing, like, just, yes, please. Denis Villeneuve. Oop. What's happening? There we go. Denis Villeneuve is such a good director, and like Arrival, Sicario, Prisoners, Insanity, like he's on a roll. He's all of his movies are like masterpieces. Blade Runner 2049, yeah, come on. I'm so excited for Dune. I can't even express it. Fauci says it'll be safe in the fall. Let's not get political here. I know Fauci is not a politician. I know that, but it could lead into politics. He is an expert, though, and you know what? If Fauci says it'll be safe in the fall, then, I mean, we'll just see. Nothing is certain. That's my viewpoint. I hated how Tenet released in theaters during a pandemic. It would have been better if it was delayed a year later. Yeah, I completely agree, though I still love that I got to see it in a theater, and it was great because me and my family were the only ones there. No one else was there because of the pandemic. So that was great. Like, because there was no one there to be a jerk and like be on their phone or talking or anything. We just got to experience it. Dolby Digital 6.1 surround sound. It was amazing. But yeah, I do agree. I think it would have done a lot better if there wasn't a pandemic going around. Robert doesn't deserve that. Yeah. Sorry. Robert, I heard anyway. Robert doesn't deserve that. Yeah, no, Robert deserves all the attention he can get. In my opinion, he redeemed himself from Twilight so long ago. His performance as Cedric Diggory, even in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, amazing work there. Like, seriously, his storyline in that film is the most emotionally resonant part of that film for me, and you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the fourth Harry Potter film. But yeah, this has been a really good stream. It really has. Wasn't there something else I wanted to talk about? Oh, guess not, because this is the Q&A segment now. So, you know what, guys? Thank you guys for being so great. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. If another question pops up right before I'm about to end it, I will answer it, and then I'm going to end it. But for right now, I'm starting my conclusion. Dang you! Okay. Robert Pattinson should be our Lord and Savior. He is the president of Hollywood. Robert Pattinson is so good, I know. I think I'm kind of a Robert Pattinson fanboy. All right, who is 0931? 1 second. No! Bye. I was creepy at first. Okay. But yeah, I'm close. Yeah, I'm a Robert Pattinson fanboy. Screw it. I love Robert Pattinson. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching a very good, not to pat myself on the back, but I think this was a very good episode of Xaybeast Live. And a lot of that does rely on you guys and your interaction with me. So yeah, this was a very successful episode 9 of Xaybeast Live. I'm happy to be back. I don't know if I'll be doing it as consistently as I was before, like the weekly thing. But I'll try to do it more often. And, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll do 2 in 1 week. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do these whenever I just feel like talking to you guys, you know. And I'm actually off of school this Monday because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And yeah, honor, respect. We love you, Martin. We really do. But yeah, so that's going to wrap up episode 9 of Xaybeast Live and Nostalgic. If you remember, there was something you asked earlier in the stream that I did not answer. Get back to me on Twitter, man. Just message me on Twitter and I'll tell you my reasoning, but I didn't want to talk about that on the live stream. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot. I'll see you in the next live stream video. I don't know. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, keep writing, keep shooting, and keep editing.